Hi folks, this is Boxer Phil again. I'm making this video to try to show people how to raise a quality boxer puppy. You want to make sure that when you start raising a new puppy, that you start with good breeding stock. You don't want nothing inbred. You want something that's good and healthy, has always shots, and is worming, vet visits if necessary. Once you find out that your female has been bred, you want to make sure she gets plenty of quality foods. I found that Purina is probably the best products that you can find on the market for my dog. That's what I use. I have very good luck with them, any kind of Purina products. You want to also give them a lot of good table scraps, no matter what anybody says. I think table scraps is very important, especially for things like broccoli and cabbage and beans and squash, things like this. And of course, any excess meat, with the exception of bones, you want to make sure you give them no bones of any kind. When the puppies are finally being born, we make sure that we're always there for the puppies when they're born, just to give the mother a little help. Sometimes they're born like too close together, and before she can clean one, another one's born, and sometimes you have to just give her a little help, and that's just nothing more than just turning them upside down and rubbing them, so that anything that's in their throat may come out, and you wipe them off really good and before you put them back down. And you want to make sure that when the puppies are being born, that each one gets a teat real quick, because you need to get them on there. They need to get some of that first colostrum that the mother makes. That's very important. The colostrum, the first milk for the first few days that mother produces this milk, is actually the building blocks of the puppies. So you want to make sure they get this first milk. Also, what that does is it stimulates the mother to have the next puppies. You see, when the puppy starts to nurse, it releases a chemical in the dog's body known as oxytocin. Sometimes we have to give it to them manually with a shot, but it occurs naturally in the mother's body. And when the puppy starts nursing on the milk, it stimulates this hormone for the uterus to start to contract, and then they'll go into labor, and it will help have the other puppies faster, so you won't be there all night long trying to birth a whole litter of puppies. And by doing that, it will also start the socialization process, because our puppies are all socialized daily. And when you handle those puppies at birth, that helps them. They kind of get your scent too, along with the mothers, and you want to play with them every day and handle them as much as possible. But you don't want to do it too much until after 3 days. When the 3 days comes, you should go take them to the vet, have their tails and their dew claws removed from a vet. After you take them back to their mother, from that time on, just go in there as much as possible and play with the puppies and socialize them. If you can get in there like 15 minutes a day for like 3 times a day, that should be plenty. I've got some notes here I'm looking at, because I know I'm going to miss something. I usually do. After about, I'd say, 4 weeks of them nursing on their mother, that's when we start the weaning process. We start taking dry dog food, and we use Purina Healthy Morsels Puppy Chow, and we start mixing it with hot water, let it soften, set for about 15 minutes, and the first few feedings, until they get used to this, we usually put a little goat milk in it. If you don't have any goat milk, you can get it at any grocery store, canned. We usually mix it half goat milk, half water, and then we would take that half and half mixture, and we put a little bit in the dog food, the dry dog food that we put water and softened, and just add that to it. That'll help the puppies to take to it, and that's when they're about 4 weeks old. And at the same time, when they're 4 weeks old, try to take the mother out for about 4 or 5 hours a day. This will help them to gain an appetite, and it'll help them get used to being away from their mother, and it gives their mother a much needed break. Let's see what else we got here. Alrighty, it ain't got too much. That was number 6. After, I've done something with number 7 here. I don't know exactly what I did with it, but you think many times if I've done this that I should know all this without looking at my notes. But after you have gotten this far with the puppy food, I'll just go from memory, because I know it all anyway. After you go this far, and you have, say they're 4 weeks old, the mother's been taking out 4 or 5 hours a day, go ahead and give them that puppy food for a few days like that until they get used to it. Once they get used to it with the milk in it, then disregard the milk altogether and just put just the regular softened Purina Healthy Morsels puppy chow. Do this for about a week, and then that way that should put them around 5 weeks old, and then you really should need to take the mother out all day and only put them in there at night. Just gives the mother again a much needed break, and it helps them to start healing from the birthing process all the time with puppies. It also helps the puppies to start being with the mother and gain an appetite and start eating on their own. After about 5 weeks, I also would start putting dry dog food in a bowl somewhere in their kennel to just give them an option that they can eat dry if they'd rather. And sometimes, believe it or not, I've had them to go straight into dry and not even want the wet dog food at all. So, if you've done everything properly, everything should turn all right. You want to make sure when they get 6 weeks of age that all your puppies have their first puppy shots. I would recommend taking them to a vet for this. And the vet will know what you're talking about, but I need puppy vaccines. Just ask them for that, and they'll check it, get the puppy out for you, and do everything that needs to be done. The puppies actually need 3 shots to be completely immune from a lot of these puppy viruses. So you want to get the next shots about 2 weeks apart. That will pretty much take care of the shots. And if you've done everything properly in the course of raising this puppy, and make sure the puppies always have plenty to eat in there once the mama's gone, always put plenty of water in there for them to drink. And if you've done everything properly and in order, and you're going to deserve a break once this is in, but I think it's worth it, because when you finish, you should have something that looks kind of like that. And that is what you should end up with. Something that's fat, roly-poly. This puppy here is about 8 weeks old. And this is why I had a hard time keeping track, and I was being distracted through this little video right here. She's is the only one left out of Nikki's litter, and by the way, she is still available. So, give me a call at 540-854-4589 if you're interested in a puppy. Go to my website at boxersoverhomekennels.com, and you can see all of my videos and all the updates that we have to offer. And until then, I thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and God bless you all. Thank you.